What's going on, you guys? So, it's definitely been a long time since I've posted a video of any kind. You know, Mustang has been pretty much done. Haven't had any work to do on it. And as you can see by the opening clip, Supra's gone. So, I sold the Supra because I wanted to build another car. I mean, there really wasn't much else I wanted to do to that car. I was basically just selling it as like a parts car for somebody that wanted to do a 1J swap. So, hopefully it works out for them. Now, I have been wanting to build another car for a while, and within 48 hours of selling the Supra, I picked up a new chassis. And this build that I'm about to do is not going to be nearly like this, so nothing that crazy. I want to keep it streetable, so it's going to be like a Street League build series car. So full interior, all that. I'd like to keep AC in it if possible, and just nothing super crazy. I'm not going to build or design a crazy angle kit for it, anything like that. Probably just cut the knuckles down and stock suspension arms, stuff like that. So without further ado, I bought a Pontiac G8. And that's going to be our new build that we're going to get started on. So we already started sourcing some parts out for it. I have a full 6-speed swap that's going in it. And if you are wondering, it is a 6-liter LS in there. So it definitely needs some work. Right now it burns oil pretty bad. It's got a bad valve seal. I ran through, did a compression test on it already. Compression's like 180 across the board, which is like pretty standard. So compression's good, but still, with the plans we have for this, we're going to tear the motor down, completely rebuild it. It's got some miles on it. This car's got about 170,000 miles on it. So we're definitely going to go through, rebuild the entire engine, bearings, piston rings, new gaskets, all that. We are probably going to be turbocharging it. I mean, it's me, so we're definitely going to be turbocharging it. So we're probably going to go with like a G42 series Garrett turbo on here. Suspension wise, like I was saying, we're going to run stock arms all around on it. Maybe just get new bushings for it. Same thing with the rear subframe. And then back here in my corner, you can see I already have a clutch for it ready to go. So this is the trans up under here. So we got the trans, we got the clutch, we got the rear flange adapter for the rear diff, so we can use standard 4-bolt U-joint diff on there, or 4-bolt flange, yoke, whatever you want to call it. So we pretty much have everything we need to do the 6-speed swap already. I got to get a pedal for it, mount it all up, and then get the drive shaft made. And like 6-speed swap's going to be pretty straightforward and easy to do. I'll just have to figure out what shifter I want to run, because I'm probably going to have to get one of those Sicky extended shifters for it to put the shifter in the right spot. So inside the car, interior is actually relatively clean. I have not like gone through and like wiped the car down or cleaned any of it yet, but you know, interior is pretty nice and clean. Might switch the wheel out with like a grip royal wheel or something like that and do a quick release on it. I don't really think I'm gonna care too much about the radio control buttons or any of that stuff. One thing I'll need to figure out is the park interlock system for getting the key out and, you know, being able to actually start the car, because being an automatic, if you don't have it in park, it's not going to start. So another cool thing about this car is if I decide I want to do rear ride-alongs, because I'm probably going to put a cage in it, so just like a bare minimum cage. So I really don't know how I'm going to fit it, but I'd like to keep rear seats in it, and then probably put a PS2 in the trunk, because this bad boy has got a drop-down DVD player. mint. So we could be giving ride-alongs. People sitting in the back seat can play Need for Speed Underground. That'd be tight. Or this flimsy thing is just gonna fall off on the first initiation. One or the other is gonna happen. Either way, it'll probably be cool. Now, the actual body is not in terrible condition. It's not like wrecked at all, but it does need some attention in some spots. So, you know, we got some rust here, which this is easy enough to fix here. Down by this door needs to be banged out and repaired right here. A little bit of rust spot there. The hood is just like peppered with rock chips and all that, which is pretty typical on like these Holdens, like the GTO and the G8 were the same way, with the way the front ends would just get peppered and just like chip the paint all over. So we got a little bit of rust right there to repair. We got a little ding in the door right here. We got another little ding here. This is the only piece of rust I'm actually probably gonna need to actually cut out and patch. This can all be repaired. And you can see it's got a little bit of a dent right here in the flare that needs to get pulled out as well. And then this little section back there. So underneath the car isn't much better. Underneath definitely needs to get cleaned up a lot. New fuel lines, brake lines, all that stuff is definitely a necessity for this. Subframe is rusted, so that's gonna either need to get replaced or just sandblasted and painted if it's not too bad, if it's just surface rust. There's no like rot in the floors or anything like that, but it's definitely a 10-year-old car with, you know, 170,000 miles on it, that's for sure. But building something like this, a fun street league style drift car, is something that I wanted the Supra to be, and that car, it could never be that. The chassis was too clapped out. It had a good motor and trans in it, but the chassis was just, it wasn't happening. So this being a newer chassis is a much better starting point. It's easier to get parts for it too, that's for sure. And you know, I've already been reaching out to some of my partners that I have on the Mustang, and it looks like we're going to be getting some support on that vehicle for the build as well. So hopefully that'll get some content out there a little bit faster. We'll be able to do some product and install reviews on some of the products that we're putting on there, and it will keep me busy since I literally have nothing to do. I literally have nothing to do on the weekends anymore. I just come home and I stare at this thing because like we can't go anywhere. So let's just build another car. Should be fun. I think we're definitely gonna paint it though. Maybe we'll hot boy it out. Yeah, do a hot boy car out of a G8. Anyways, I want to just kind of put this video out for you guys, and now that we're actually gonna start doing content again, making more videos, and start the next build. So like the video if you liked it, subscribe to the channel if you're new, follow the new build along. It's the 3rd build on the channel, well, 4th technically if you count the GTO, and until the next one, I'll catch you guys later.